Welcome back to Grim Advice with Gretta Myers. You've entered the Grimoire with 2 M's. Let's turn the page together. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we won't. However, first we must slate the week, so we get to actually turn pages together. Look, the pages are turning. I don't know how to feel about this. My goodness. I'm tired. Okay. Alright, we finished up last week with the Water Nixie, so today we have the death of the Little Hen. What? Like the little red hen? And it's dead? I don't know. Brother Lustig? Okay. Gambling Hansel. Hans in luck, and Hans married. Well, he certainly was in luck if he got married in the end. We'll see what happens to our good buddy Hans later in the week, but for the meantime, we get to find out why the little hen died. Without further ado, the death, apparently, of the little red hen. No, just the cut. Make it better. Nope. Okay, the death of the little hen. No relation to the red hen. Once upon a time, the little hen went with the little rooster to the nut hill, and they agreed together that whoever of them found a kernel of a nut should share it with the other. Then the hen found a large nut, but said nothing about it, intending to eat the kernel for herself. The kernel, however, was so large that she could not swallow it, and it remained sticking in her throat, so that she was alarmed lest she should be choked. When she cried, "Rooster, I entreat you to run as fast as you can and fetch me some water, or I shall choke." The little rooster did run as fast as he could to the spring and said, "Stream, you are to give me some water. The little hen is lying on the nut hill, and she has swallowed a large nut and is choking." And the well answered, "First run to the bride and get her to give you some red silk." The little rooster ran to the bride and said, "Bride, you are to give me some red silk. I want to give red silk to the well, and the well is to give me some water, and I am to take the water to the little hen who is lying on the nut hill and has swallowed a great kernel and is choking on it." The bride answered, "First run and bring me my little wreath, which is hanging to a willow." So the little rooster ran to the willow and drew the wreath from the branch and took it to the bride, and the bride gave him some water for it. Then the little rooster took the water to the hen, and when he got there, the hen had choked in the meantime, and lay there dead and motionless. Then the rooster was so distressed that he cried aloud, and every animal came to lament the little hen, and 6 mice built a little carriage to carry her to her grave. And when the carriage was ready, they harnessed themselves to it, and the rooster drove. On the way, however, they met the fox, who said, "Where are you going, little rooster?" "I am going to bury my little hen." "May I drive with you?" "Yes, but you seat yourself at the back of the carriage, for in the front my little horses could not drag you." Then the fox seated himself at the back, and after the wolf, the bear, the stag, the lion, and all the beasts of the forest did the same. Then the procession went onwards, and they reached the stream. "How are we to get over?" said the little rooster. A straw was lying by the stream, and said, "If I lay myself across, and you shall drive over me." But when the 6 mice came to the bridge, the straw slipped and fell in the water, and the 6 mice all fell in and were drowned. Then they were again in difficulty, and a coal came and said, "I am large enough, I may lay myself across, and you shall drive over me." So the coal also laid itself across the water, but unfortunately just touched it a little, on which the coal hissed, was extinguished, and died. When a stone saw that, it took pity on the little rooster, wished to help him, and laid itself over the water. Then the rooster drew the carriage himself. But when he got it over and reached the other shore with the dead hen and was about to draw over the others who were sitting behind his well, there were too many of them, the carriage ran back, and they all fell into the water together and were drowned. Then the little rooster was left alone with the dead hen, and dug a grave for her and laid her in it, and made a mound above it, on which he sat down and fretted until he died too, and then everyone was dead. Hello? What? I've seen Shakespeare plays go better than this. My goodness. Everyone just died. Death of the little hen, and then everyone else. Okay, First off, let's go backwards. Sometimes you're like, I can totally help you out, but then you can't, so don't. There are times, like, when our friends are like, I'm struggling, and you're like, I want to help you, but you're the straw, or the coal, who's like, I can totally do it, but then you start doing it, and you're like, can't do it. Listen, I know you care about this. I'm talking as much to you as I am to me. Listen, I know you care about those people, but sometimes it really is better to let someone, I don't know, professional, or older, or wiser, or not you, take care of them. And it's okay to recognize that. It's okay to recognize, I have limits. I'm a human person with limits. That's okay to recognize that, you know? Second off, recognize your limits. I sense a theme. The poor rooster, man. I don't know. I just feel bad for him. 'Cause, like, honestly, he just got all sorts of the short end of the stick. 'Cause he's like, wife, let's go to the nut hill. And let's share. And then she doesn't share. And then he's like, gotta get water. And then she dies. And then he's like, gotta get her to her grave. And then everyone else dies. And so then he sits there in sadness and he dies. And, like, I feel that, though. Sometimes, like, life be like that. Life do be like that, though. However, hear me out. He could have found someone else. Or maybe not. Or he could have just been like, this is life now. I'll go vibe and find something else. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that was pretty whack. Okay, all the animals on the back of the carriage, he's like, sup? Not much. Just going to bury my dead wife. And the animal's like, can I get on the back? And he's like, sure, whatever. No, your limits, because that eventually, you know, made the, you know, the cart tip into the water and everyone died! All of them are dead! So, know your limits. Know the limits of your carriage. Because he didn't. He did not. But also, like, if you see someone and they're pretty burdened, maybe, hold on a second and maybe be like, maybe I don't talk to them right now, or talk to someone else, ask someone else for a ride. They seem pretty busy. You know, you vibe, you stand. Just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. Because what happened to them when they tried to get on the carriage all together and they're like, this is fine. They all died. They all died! Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I like this part where maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but I'm getting something out of it, you know? You vibe? Okay, essentially, here's what happens. He's like, hey, so the well told me to get X thing from you so I could get water from him. But then the bride just, like, literally, she expedites the process. She's like, I'll just give you water, it's fine. So sometimes you feel like there's, like, extra steps you have to take. Maybe there's not. Maybe there's an easier way to do things. Think about it. Work smarter, not harder. You know. Okay. And then last but not least, the very beginning of the story. Okay, it wasn't even that big of a deal. It really wasn't. Like, this whole nut thing. Like, would the rooster have forgiven her for eating the nut? Probably. But she lied about it. You know what lying does? Your throat closes up and you stress and you freak out. and it's bad. It's not good. No good. Then you die. Maybe not, but in all seriousness, like, lying can cause you to choke up, to freeze, to think, like, if you're so busy caught up in this, I have to deceive them, when in reality you could be like, hey, yo man, I just found this really big nut and I want to eat it. Can I just eat it? And it probably would have been chill. But you're like, I gotta deceive them. It'll be fine. Oh no, now I'm caught in the lie because I'm literally choking to death on this lie. What am I gonna do? Lie more! No! No! Like, and he literally, like, he straight up knew. He's like, she's choking to death on a nut. Like, like, it was all for nothing! So maybe next time you, like, panic and you, like, start to lie as your response, your go-to response, because panic, which is relatable. Everyone understands that. Like, Shakespeare got it. Other people got it. Like, everyone understands that even though you might know that that person knows you're lying, you sometimes are just, like, lie. Because you're more worried about their feelings than, I don't know. Why do we panic lie? Why do we panic lie? That's a good question. Maybe I'll do some research and get you that answer. Maybe not. Don't lie. Alright, my gremlins. Thank you for joining us for another happily ever after, or not so happily ever after. I mean, everybody did die. That's up for you to decide. Either way, what you decide is valid. Because you're valid. You are. Unless you're dead. But I mean, dead people are still valid. Either way, this is the end for this episode, so tune in later and we can learn more and maybe turn some pages together.